Welcome back, BGIM fam. Our next media conversation series conversation is going to be with the co-founder of the Jasmine Brand. She goes by Jasmine. It's something that you don't want to miss. We have Jasmine, the co-founder of the Jasmine Brand. We have to make sure we do it right. And before, I'm going to welcome you, but we got to say happy belated birthday. Happy belated birthday, Queen. We have another lap around the sun, okay?
Thank you.
But listen, guys, we got the co-founder coming in, Jasmine Brand, entrepreneur, entertainment journalist, stepping through, okay? And we have so much more that we're going to dive into. But before we get into that, all right, we got to start with our segment called Say It Loud, I'm Black and I'm Proud, all right? Give me all of that, yes. So it's just a fill in the blank, Jasmine. It just goes, I'm Black and proud of, and Jasmine, what are you Black and proud of?
I'm Black and proud of my family and my friends and this journey that I've been on in terms of entrepreneurship.
Yes, loving that. Put the family in there and everything, and friends. All right, so we got to make sure that, we make sure we come with this introduction correctly. We have bet it all. Put the chips on the board. Listen, she's not playing no games. This woman herself made sure 9 to 5. We got to jump into this because I hear this story and it just makes me gives me so much warmth and it inspires me, and I know it's going to inspire someone else. Okay. But you had the ultimatum of basically continuing to blogging at that point, because the Jasmine Brand started out as a blog and then it transitioned to a entertainment site, and we got to make sure we put that on there. So with that being stated, your job gave you an ultimatum. You're 9 to 5. You're a marketing director. Mm-hmm. And you were making, like you said, you were making good money, luxury car. You were able to do a lot of things for yourself. So with that stated, Jasmine, putting it all on the line and doing what you felt was best. What you said on Sway in the Morning, you said, if I'm a betting woman, I'm a bet on myself. And I felt that, okay?
Right.
So let me know, what are some sacrifices that you made? Because we know some of the ones that you made in the beginning, but what are some of the sacrifices you have made now and you continue to make sure that Jasmine Brand keeps going as strong as it has been?
I think the biggest sacrifice, first of all, thank you for having me. And thank you for doing your research. Because I'm like, that happened? Okay. I think overall the biggest sacrifice that I've made from the beginning, and the sacrifice that I continue to make, is probably time. It takes a lot of time and a lot of dedication in order to run any kind of business or hobby or hustle. It's always taken a big chunk of my time. And that's something that, we can never get back. And it's something that, it's just part of whatever you want to pursue. And I think from the beginning up until now, it's always been like a sacrifice in terms of my time. That's something that we can't get back. But that's been the biggest thing I've kind of contributed to, the business.
And I love that you said that, like your time. And the one thing that you did say behind that is you don't get it back. So you got to make sure whatever you put in your time into, it's making sense.
Yes.
So, yes, definitely time that you don't get back. Now, I do want to dive in. Like, Jasmine, they got to put some respect on your name and on your grind, okay? Respect on their name and on the grind. And I say that because you're an intelligent, educated woman, graduated from what? Morgan State University, okay? With a degree in mass communications. Mm-hmm. You got a degree in there. But I just love, like I said, you started from blogging to the transition to co-owning your own entertainment site. Right. And I want to make sure that we say respect the grind and respect the name, because some people, they don't come correct, and I love when you correct them. No, I'm not a blogger, and this is not a blog site, okay? We got lawyers. I pay my taxes for this business, okay? And I got people that work, I got correspondents, writers, editors, all that. So I would have a very, very sincere question. So why do you feel like they misinterpret the two? Because when I see maybe the Shade Room or even TMZ, mm-hmm. we understand that they're not a blogging site, but an entertainment site. So why do you think that it's misinterpreted when it comes to your brand?
Well, I feel like we should respect what people's titles and what they want to be called. Whatever they decide as their particular prerogative as what they want to be called. I think in terms of what we do is, when I first started, it was just me and my laptop, and I was okay with being called a blogger. It was a party of one. And then, I transitioned. There's a co-owner of the site. His name is Meyer Fattle. We've been in this business together for years. We have a small staff. I don't really write on the site like that. We have correspondence. We have lots of different moving parts behind the scenes. And it's like, it's a entertainment newsroom. It's a cycle. It's a news cycle. It's like a little machine. And so I think, that's the difference between like what we do and maybe like a blog, because there are platforms that are blogs and it's ran by one person and that's for to be called, and which is fine. Just in terms of what we do, it's a business, and it's not just, it's not just a party of one. And we have sources, we verify that, like we just have, it's an entire business, and it's, it's a whole thing. So it's a little bit of difference, but people can call their business whatever they want to call their business. But in terms of what we do, it's an entertainment site. It's not a blog. It's not, I called it the Jasmine Brand, not even thinking that it was going to become this whole thing. So that's just,
I love it. You like, listen, it's an entertainment site, period. No, but the thing is, like you said, like, you're not the only one. But I think also, like you said in the beginning, you were the only one. So that transition, but still, for what it has grown to, it's like, we know this is where you said responsible. Like, you guys are going to get the news, and the news is going to be correct, So you're not just throwing things out there. You're double checking. You're making sure your sources are correct. So put that respect on my girl's name. Okay. And you brought in Meyer Fattle, and I was going to bring him up too, the co-founder of the Jasmine Brand. And I love this statement because he doesn't make many appearances, but he made an appearance on Becoming Dope with Mimi Brown, right? And he stated that within the industry, what I liked is he brought something to my eye that I pretty much really didn't notice. And he said that on Instagram at times, A-list celebrities will like stories on different Black media outlets, but won't post their stories. But then when it comes on the mainstream outlet 2 days later, then they'll post it.
Right.
Now, I bring this up because I was like, dang, like, I need to pay attention to this, stay woke. However, I thought it was, sad because also you were a journalist, and you still are a journalist, and you did a lot of red carpets. And, you stated in a previous interview as well that you've seen at some points where they hide, the African-American correspondents, or right, they have them brush past them. And it's like, why? Like, we're the same, and we bring a lot to the table. So I feel like there's some journalists in here that are going to be on red carpets, maybe have faced this. And if you can give them any tips of encouragement, if this does happen or it has happened, to like keep going, like, what are some things that you could give to them?
Well, in terms of that kind of experience, I think, you always have a choice as a correspondent or, a media outlet. You always have a choice. You don't have to accept anything. It just kind of depends on what motivates you and what is important to you. The beauty of kind of where we are is we can walk away. So like, we don't have to be in certain situations. We don't have to do certain carpets. We don't have to interview certain talent. We don't have to, if you don't, and it's disappointing, that some of our Black talent act that way and seek validation from what they consider, mainstream outlets, especially since a lot of Black media outlets have more traffic and more reach, especially for their audience, than some of the other outlets that these celebs kind of will repost and shout out and seek validation from. But that you have a choice. We all have a choice. Like, you don't, if you're you're a Black media outlet, or you're a Black correspondent, you're on a carpet, and, you have certain talent brushing past you, but going to white outlets and that kind of thing, you can call them out. You can say something, and you'll get their attention. Or you don't have to do it. You don't have to participate. It's just a choice that that you have to make and you have to live with. But we'll just, we don't have to participate. And that's kind of the route we've decided to take sometimes.
And I like that. I like that you're giving the power back to the people, and it's a choice. The choices that we have, and we have that decision. So we don't have to do anything that may not benefit or be the best for us. So definitely take that choice of yours. Like, thank you for that. So now you were on The Breakfast Club, and you were spotlighted in for your entertainment site.
Mm-hmm.
So I love this. She said, I don't have many celebrity friends, and I chose this like for a specific reason. Could you let our people know the reason? Because I feel like there's some people that want to do just what you're doing, and I was like, I never thought about it like that. So let's shine light on that.
On the fact that I don't have celebrity friends.
Yeah, she said, I don't have celebrity friends, and you made a reason why, and it coincided with your business, and you were like, basically, I'll let you know. You said that. Do you know what you said?
Mm-mm.
Okay, gotcha. So you were talking about how, like, when you have celebrity friends, sometimes at this point where they're expecting you, not like this is your business. So yeah, the people that you are really cool with at this point, like you're like, hey, I'll get a statement. But when you kind of befriend everybody when you get in the industry, just because you're just like, oh, this is so nice, it's like you have to see and take a step back when it's your business on like, is this going to be great? Will this work for me? Type thing.
Well, to keep it a buck, I really feel like there's not much of a benefit. Like I didn't start this business and get in this business to have celebrity friends. That's number one. That's just not, it's just not my thing. It just is, it never really motivated me. So that's number one. I never really got into this business to be friends. Number two, I know that there are, people that are just want to be connected to us because of the site. So, that's why they want to be friends with me personally, which is fine. But it's just really no benefit for me. And we're in a business, and my business is to, entertain, report the news. And I can't necessarily do that if you're going to get mad every time there's something that a story is ran or something's ran that's not of benefit to you. And the thing is, a lot of times the content that we post on the site and Instagram and other platforms is content that they produce things they've said themselves. It's not like we're making it up or we create something. Like they'll literally say it themselves and they get mad that we run it. So it's just like, it's kind of like a one way friendship, and it doesn't really benefit me to, not be able to do my job because someone's going to be mad. And, it's just business. And, the few people that I am cool with in that world, they would have to understand that it's just, to me, it's just really no benefit. Like, in terms of like, we can all be friends, like, and be cool, but this is the business I'm in, and
this is what you're,
yeah.
But I like that when you brought that to, like, it was another thing to bring to attention, because, some people are like, oh man, I want to jump in, I want to do this. But it's like the business that like you are in, it's like, it makes sense that you are making sure that who is going to be in your corner is in your corner. And I like that, like, you live a very private life, like a very private life. So, the friends that you truly call your friends are your friends. So
yes, I'm very, it's a little annoying to people, but I am very, I'm very, I'm low.
He's low.
There's some things I share, and also I don't feel like people are interested either. So I don't really have to, have, I can be private with my personal life because I don't feel like it's like that big of a deal, so.
Yeah. So listen, so let's get this straight. Let's put this out there. Jasmine's your first name, but Brand is not your last name, right? So I was like, what? I thought it was the Jasmine Brand as well. Then I seen some interviews. I was like, oh my gosh, it's not. Which the low. I like it. And I want to make mention that in one of your previous interviews, when you talk about your name, the Jasmine Brand as a site, you're like, man, if I knew it was going to blow like this, I would have picked a different name. And also the story behind your pink hair, because that brings, like, everyone knows you from your pink hair. And you're like, listen, the story behind this is I basically went to the hair salon. We all voted on what color I should pick, because when I'm on the red carpets, I'm like, hey, I want everybody, be able to talk to some folks and be seen. So right. I was just like, pink is the color of your hair. You're like, it's no heart story about it. That is just it. And I'm stuck with it. Like, it is it. So let's ask about this. If you could change your hair color, what would you change your hair color to? And if you could change your name of the site, what would you change it to?
Okay, so in terms of my hair color, if I could change it to another color, I probably would just do it like black. Like I would,
Just black.
It's just easy to, it was less damage on the hair. It's just easy just to, if you ever had to do it, or I would do like a green.
Ooh.
Or something like that. But it's all just a lot on the hair. If because I at the time I was like dyeing my natural hair, so it was kind of a lot on the hair. And look, I'm not going to tell you what I would name the site because I'll probably do another site or something. So I need.
Okay.
But no, if I had to do it over, I would have definitely named it something else that had nothing to do with my name or anything. But I didn't have the foresight.
Yes, and I love it because when you talk about it, you're like, man, people come up to me like, did you write this? Da 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 da. You're like, listen, y'all.
Well, a lot of times I'm confused, like, I'm partially like, what is the story they're talking about? Like, I'm kind of like, what was his story? Like, and I understand that's part of, when you name your site after yourself, that people think it's a part you want. So it's kind of like the gift and the curse or whatever. So
Yes. So now we're going to go into our game segment. And since we're talking about transition growth, so Jasmine, our game segment is you have all the money, you have all the time, and you get to pick your team.
Okay.
So what would be your ideal project you would like to build from start to finish? And also, what celebrities would you like to bring on board to make this project come to life?
Okay. So I have to come up with a project that I would.
Any project. Or I thought about this for you too, because you talk about your job. You're like, man, listen, the job sometimes is taxing because you're reporting all the time. Reporting does not stop. So
Right.
if you could change, also if you want to change, not an ideal project, if you wanted to change your job, what would you be?
Okay, so if money was no object, so I'd like to do something like, if I was going to do something a little shallow, not that this is shallow, but like, nothing not deep. I probably would go into like fashion or something like that.
Nice.
And then if I wanted to do something of some substance, I've always been really, really felt compelled by women that have been affected by domestic violence. So I would definitely do some kind of charity for women that have been affected by domestic violence, like single moms. I definitely would do something along those lines.
Nice. I love it. Now, also, what celebrities would you want to bring on board to make any of these projects come to life? Who would you be like, I gotta have her on this, or I gotta have him?
Okay, so for the shallow one, the fashion one, let's see. I feel fashion. I like Tiana Taylor's vibe in terms of like style. So maybe I do a little bit of her. Maybe I can get Erykah Badu, and then maybe I could do someone like that everyone is expecting, like Kim K. Maybe.
Okay.
Those three would be good.
I like that mix. That's a good mix. It's a different mix. It's a nice mix.
Yeah, those three would be good. And then for the one that is going to get me into heaven, let's see. I don't know if I really need anybody for that. I feel like I can carry that one.
Oh, that is nice. That's dope. That's dope.
Yeah.
Well, listen, you're gonna have to get into both of them, but that designing, I gotta see, honey, because that mix sounded like a good mix.
Yeah, that's a nice, because it's like, one is like the Erykah and Tiana are kind of like earthy, like, but fly. And then we have like Kim K, who is a little bit more runway, but like is always showing her body. So there's like two extremes,
Yeah.
So like tomboy, she kind of.
I'm here for it. I'm here for it. We're gonna make both visions come to life.
Okay.
Okay, so you have many titles. As we coming up, and we, like we said, co-founder, entrepreneur, journalist, and I love this one. Your new title, Mom. I want to congratulate you on that bundle of joy. So beautiful, like really, really beautiful. And you mentioned on Good Day DC, and you revealed that you had your baby 3 months ago. But My question to you is, entering into this different sector of your life, it's going to require different things from you. So
Yeah.
how has this new balance of work life and motherhood been for you?
Oh my gosh. You know, I'm sorry, my phone. It's been a blessing, you know, it's been a challenge, it's been a blessing. Um and that's why I kind of have low energy now. I was taking a nap. I was when you know, I was like trying to like get a nap, and then it's definitely been a blessing. I'm super excited about it. It's just a different. I didn't expect you to bring that up, so I'm kind of like, oh, I don't even know what to say. Because I've never really talked about it like that. But yeah, it's definitely a blessing. It's something different. It's probably it's just magical. You know, it's like I don't even feel like myself sometimes. So
Oh.
yeah, it's the strangest thing. Strange. It's the strangest thing, but I'm super thankful, and it's different. It's
Yeah,
different.
and I was just like, man, you're doing so much, and I know that you're going to be bringing on more things, and I'm just like, that is so awesome. Now, like, and just thinking about like all the things that you did, from starting from the bottom, grinding from the top, throwing all the chips on yourself, like,
Yeah.
definitely your blessing is definitely to be able to have you as a mom. I know
Oh, thank
that.
you.
No, truly honestly, that's awesome.
Thank you.
So as we wrap up, you received the In Life Real Award on DJ Quicksilver's show and Working Women Wednesday on the Morning Hustle show. Both of them discussed your story and what you do, and they gave you your flowers. And I want to let you know that we want to give you your flowers on the BGIM, and I as well. Like, you're truly an inspiration in what you're doing. Like, you're pushing the table, you're pushing the envelope, and it's just you, Jasmine, and your co-founder,
Meyer.
Meyer. But what I want to say is that you're doing it like you. And you're doing it, like you said, I wanted to go into this. I wanted to bring something responsible, something different, a different shift in the perspective. And everything that you came from, it is so awesome to see that you can truly be yourself in the industry and still make it. So if anybody takes anything from everything, it's just like, continue to be yourself, continue to strive. And like you said, time is everything. So make sure your time, you giving it, but make sure it makes sense of what you're giving. I had one question pop up in here, and they want to know, how could they build their brand?
You know, there is not one formula in terms of building your brand, but partially what you kind of said is important when you're trying to build a business or build a brand, and that's be yourself. There's, you know, we're one of ones. There isn't anyone else that's going to contribute to what you do like you. And you know, first of all, it's exhausting trying to be like somebody else. If I'm gonna keep it like, it's just exhausting. It's tiring. It's hard to keep up with, and you know. So I think it's really about being yourself, putting in the work. You know, it's any business that you start or building your brand. You have to put in the time and you have to put in the work, and it's one of those things where you can't necessarily expect like an audience and a cheerleading section, and you have to learn how to kind of be driven and motivate yourself. And it's really about putting in that time and that work and being consistent. And me and Meyer talk about this, me and my dad talk about this, but really about being successful is just like who outlasted who, like who really kind of just stuck with it. Because there are a lot of people that will start with you around the same time, and it's just really about who can outlast who. In this game and any other game, it's just about time and consistency, being yourself, you know, putting in the work, and also not being concerned about what other people are doing. You know, I think sometimes, like with, you know, we kind of look at what other people have going on and we compare ourselves, and we kind of, you know, get stuck in well, they're doing this and this is where they are. And you kind of get distracted by that. And you also do yourself a disservice by comparing yourself to what other people are doing. And we all have our own journey, you know, and I think if we kind of keep those things in mind, you'll probably be well on your way. And those are kind of the things, some of the things I wish, you know, I would have listened to, or I had been more mindful of when I first started to.
Wow. So we got some advice from
Mm-hmm.
you looking back. I love it. And before you go, one more question.
Mm-hmm.
What is your advice to someone changing careers to public relationships to public relations with no experience? One last question popped in.
So someone that wants to change their career to do public relations,
and they have no experience.
They have, well, you probably have to get some experience. I mean, that's with any field you want to go into. You have to have experience, but you have to try, put yourself out there, and kind of figure out, like, is there something that you want to emulate? Is there someone that kind of inspires you, like, this is the kind of work you want to do? And just try a few things out and kind of see what feels good and stick to that. But you got to, with anything, you got to put in the work. You really definitely have to put in the work and the time.
We love it. We love it. We love it. Well, Jasmine, I don't want to take any more of your time up. It was truly a blessing to have you come on and give your presence on our Black Girls in Media Conversation series. I'm inspired. We're inspired. So we'll see you soon and everything else you're bringing to the table, okay?
Okay, thank you so much. I appreciate it. I appreciate your questions. I appreciate your high energy. And I appreciate you digging in the crates and finding some of these old interviews to ask me these questions. You are super talented. So congratulations to you.
Jasmine, don't listen. Tear. Thank you so much.
All right. Have a good night.
You too.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Hey guys, this is Zetta. Thanks for checking out our Media Conversation series episode. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And watch the rest of our Media Conversation videos only on Black Girls in Media.